since it's a job, you have to like watch the animes you're not really interested in too, and sometimes like the anime you're really into is not one of your companies. That might be the most difficult part because you have to like cut out the fan inside of you.
I gotta work. Welcome back to Tokyo State of Mind, a podcast to amplify the passionate voices of Japan. As always, we're here at our studio in Adaibu to bring you the best inspirational stories to make you feel good about yourself and your life in Japan. And first of all, on today's episode, we would like to thank you, all of you guys, for sharing our content, for commenting, for supporting our podcast. It really means a lot as we are aspiring to build the community of Tokyo State of Mind, a community of passionate young professionals who want to achieve really great goals here. And we know that, guys, a lot of you come here to Japan because you like music, you like J-pop or anime, and well, it seems like something that's too far-fetched. At the same time, there's a great chance for you to work here. And today we have a guest who made her dream of working for anime production company come true. So welcome, Olivia.
Hello.
It's so nice to see you today here.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
So this is the question that we normally ask our guests. What is your coming to Japan story?
Well, I used to live in Hong Kong until high school, and I used to watch anime since when I was a kid, and well, it was really natural because like all the programs on TV were anime, so I started watching anime since when I was a kid, and I started to think that, well, I seem to like Japan, and I came for traveling like once a year for I think like 5 or 6 years. Then, well, I just felt I kind of like this country and I want to live here one day. So I started thinking about coming to Japan when I had to think about university. And actually in Hong Kong, it is quite difficult to
Really?
get into a good university because like we have really little universities. We have only a few universities there. We have a lot of students, so basically everyone goes abroad. Like,
I see.
Yeah, most of my friends went to I think England or the US or Australia, and well, I was thinking, so where should I go? Well, I like Japan, so I might just try coming here like for a challenge.
Yeah.
And I tried to get the scholarship, the MEXT Max scholarship.
Right. Yeah, the one that we got to like.
Yeah.
It's nice to have another Max alumni over here.
Yeah. Yeah, so I tried for the scholarship and yeah, I got it. So, well, it's actually I like Japan, and it wouldn't cost me much to come here. So yeah, why not just try this out?
And I think you mentioned that you were actually for your bachelor's, you were studying psychology.
Psychology, yes.
I see. And then there was a shift, like you studied psychology, and now you're working for anime, like music production company. How did it happen?
Well, basically, I studied psychology because I actually started studying psychology in Hong Kong when I was in high school. We had A levels there, and we had psychology for high school, which I don't think is very common in other places. So I studied psychology there, and I thought it was really interesting. So basically, I just chose psychology in my university just for my own interest. I wasn't really thinking about like working in the psychology field, something. Well, actually, I did think about working at for example, a counselor or something. But I learned that we have to go into doctor.
Mhm.
Oh no, just master. We have to go into master to work as a counselor.
Yeah, because
in
it
Japan.
requires more high level courses, right?
Yeah, not simply a degree. And I myself, I'm not really good in math and statistics, so I started to think like maybe I should just do shukatsu in Japan and see what I can do here.
Mm-hmm.
And psychology is like, it's really interesting and I still like it now, but it's just like it's kind of like a hobby to read psychology books and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did it happen that you started
Yeah.
working in this industry?
Yeah. So I started shukatsu in Japan like, well, the way everyone else does. I went to seminars and I went to internships, and I went to like the forums where different companies have their panels and stuff. And at first I was thinking about like doing maybe trying hotels or like travel agencies which needs English and Chinese skills. So I was mainly looking at those companies. But when I went to a panel one day, well, my former company had a panel there, and they were looking for people who wanted to spread the Japanese culture, especially anime culture, to the overseas. And that was the first time that I noticed that, well, actually, there are companies that how should I put this? Companies that are doing the things I like, which was like anime and music. I used to think that these companies are like
impossible to work.
Yeah, impossible to go into. They're too far fetched. But yeah, that was the first time that I learned that actually there is a chance to go into those companies, and there is a chance to do things you like instead of like simple jobs that need English and Chinese. Of course, I think hotels and travel companies would be interesting too, but
it was not your passion.
It's not my passion. It's just like something I thought I could reach easily. If you know what I mean.
I see. Hey, did you see our subscribers? Oh, you are our subscriber. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button, plus leave the comments so Tokyo State of Mind can create more great content for you. Enjoy your video. And like, so on the process where you were like applying to this companies, like what do you think did you learn? Like so yeah, just all this procedures and
so basically well, this is also kind of an advice for those who might want to get into these companies. Most of the companies have the same shukatsu procedures as the other big companies. So you have to wear the suits and go to interviews. And my first company actually had a gashuku.
Wow, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Did you get to see a lot of artists on that gashuku?
No. It was just the students there.
I see.
Yeah,
still fun. Sounds fun.
Yeah, it was fun. So like we were in the same place for 2 days and we had to do different tasks there. And the people from the company are watching us like throughout the 2 days. So it was kind of tough. And then we had the last interview after that. So it's a really long process, and it's difficult that you have to do the normal shukatsu process, which might be kind of tough for not only foreigners but Japanese students as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many foreigners are like, do you think, currently working in the anime production companies?
Well, it depends on the company, of course, whether they are passionate about spreading their work to the overseas. Well, I've actually worked for 2 companies. I'm in my second company now, and we have, let me see, quite a few foreigners. I have one more Chinese colleague in my department, and there's a global department where many foreigners are there.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually let me see. I think about 20 in a company of like 300.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's still not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of skills do you think are those companies are looking for?
Well, firstly, of course, knowledge about anime would be very important, I think, because these companies are actually looking for foreigners because they want to know like what kind of anime will be popular in like other countries. And they want to know how foreigners look about Japan and the anime and like what they like. For example, there are animes that are not really popular in Japan, but are really popular like in the US. Yeah. And I'm not sure why that happens, but I guess it's the difference in the stories, I think.
Yes, I think it's also has a lot of times it has to do about the characters themselves. Like if you have more stronger like female characters, for example, the anime is gonna do well probably in the Western countries.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. So they would like to know about things outside Japan. And of course, they need the language skills, of course, to like export everything there. Not only the subtitles, but actually we have like for the merch, we have to do shipping as well. And for example, I myself have planned quite a few concerts overseas, and so we definitely need the language skills to speak with people there, like in the Asia or the Western countries.
Sounds like a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, but it is also quite difficult because the Japanese culture, especially in the anime industry and like the artist management industry, is quite different from other countries, I think.
What do you think is the most difficult part of it?
Well, this might be difficult for foreigners, especially, is that there's a word in Japanese called kuki o yomu.
Yeah.
You have to like
read the air.
Yeah, read the air. And that's quite true in this industry, in my opinion, because like you have to read what for example the artists or the producers really
want from
like
you.
what they are really expecting.
Oh, I see.
They say we need something or we don't need something, but actually they mean like the opposite. So you have to like, it's kind of like reading their minds.
Which comes from experience, I guess.
Yeah, that can only come from experience. So that might be difficult for foreigners who don't have a Japanese background. But well, yeah, because it comes from experience. So like once you start working there, you can gain experience just like other Japanese colleagues. So if you have a few years of experience, I think that could be cleared.
I see. So apart from that, do you think there are other challenges that you're facing doing that job, like on both professional and personal levels?
Well, yeah, it is. Well, one challenge is that because I used to watch anime and listen to Japanese music as a hobby. So there are things I like and things I don't like, of course. Like songs I listen to for a lot and songs I'm not really into. But since it's a job, you have to like watch the animes you're not really interested in too. And sometimes like the anime you're really into is not one of your companies, so you'll be like
stalking almost,
yeah.
like spying on the company, right?
Well, yeah, of course watching animes would like I can learn a lot from the animes, like how to make good animes, how to make good music and stuff. And like because I'm working in a music production company, so I listen to a lot of music of artists that are not from my own company as well. And I for example, I can steal their techniques on social medias, like how they make YouTube playlists, how are they on Spotify, how do they make promotion about their new songs. And so what's really difficult is to like watch things you used to watch as a hobby in a kind of professional way. Like you can't just simply watch an anime and say,
enjoy, right?
Yeah, and enjoy it, but you have to think about the opening is by this artist and the ending is by this artist. Oh, and the license is okay from this company. Like you think of all these different things while watching an anime or listening to a song. So you can't just have time that is simply for your hobby when you are watching anime or listening to music. And if people there are people who don't like to be in this way, like they want to have time to just relax and listen to good music,
right,
and not thinking about work. So I think if you want to not like get all, how should I put it? Like if you want to relax, then it might be a bit difficult
I see.
to work in the industry, because like it's all about work. Every time, like every day.
And about making sure that the company makes a profit at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. That's also, yeah.
I see. And what do you think is the as like you just mentioned the songs, the way how they're produced. What do you think is the common like thing that makes this anime song successful?
That's a really difficult question. Because well, one point will be, it's also a very difficult point for anime music, because it bases on the popularity of the anime itself, kind of. For example, we have Kimetsu no Yaiba now, and Lisa's Gurenge is really going viral because of the anime. The anime is really popular, so
the music gets more exposure.
People watch the anime and they go and listen to the music on YouTube, and then they like the music and they go and listen to it on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. So if it's successful, this is a really good procedure to get your music going. But it's difficult when the anime itself is not really popular.
I see.
Yeah, but it's also a good way because there are too many music nowadays, like not only from the major artists, but actually people can produce their own music, put it on YouTube, and get it going viral, and it goes on Spotify, and it might just go like to the top. So yeah, what we say now is we might not actually need like record labels and music production companies to make good music these days. So it's really difficult to promote your music and get people listening to them. And one strength of anime music would be like they have the anime as a base. So people who watch the anime will know about the song and they will get to know about the artist. And yeah, that is what's good about anime music. And one more good point about anime music is that it can be linked to the story of the anime. So instead of simply listening to a song, like you can think about what happened in the anime, what happened to the characters, and you'll be like linking the lyrics to the characters. Yeah, and this makes the song more
personal, kind of like special.
And people can feel sympathy to the lyrics better, I think.
Yeah, this is so true. But you know, I feel that it's definitely like a chicken and egg thing. Like you don't know where the popularity starts from an anime or from a song first, right?
Yeah, there are cases that like really popular artists sing the, for example, the theme song of an anime, and then the anime goes
viral.
Yeah,
because Arashi was featured.
Especially for.
I'm pretty sure that if Arashi just like features in any anime, it's gonna be popular right away because the fan base is so crazy, right?
Yep, I think so too.
It's so cool. And so at the same time, so you were talking about all these like difficult points and struggles that you have working for this industry, but we know that you're working there because there's something that you love about it, right? So what is a part of it that you enjoy?
Well, first, of course, is that I am actually being able to work with anime, which I was only watching on TV when I was a kid. And there were a few chances that I was able to work with the artists I used to listen when I was a kid. And that was really satisfying. Yeah, because I used to think that it's
unreachable.
It seemed like a different world, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But it's actually not a different world, and it is really a happy thing to be able to like promote the things you like to other people. And because I came to Japan because I liked anime and I wanted to stay here. So I believe that if I could promote anime to other countries, then the kids that are watching anime now might be interested in Japan and they might come to Japan in the future. So I think it's really interesting that to be able to promote like what you used to like to the future generation.
And what kind of advice like would you give to people who are just like you, passionate about anime and music? Because I'm sure like a lot of our listeners, they were also interested in anime and music. That's a major reason why all of us, I think, become interested in Japan. But not everyone ends up working at the music production company. But I think it's really interesting to hear your advice.
I would advise people who are interested in this industry to first think about whether they really want to work in this industry, because it is quite tough, and it is like the Japan that everyone imagines, like the kuki oyomu stuff and the joge kanke, like you have to
be a part of the hierarchy.
And you have to like respect the artists and then the staff and then your boss, and you'll be kind of like on the lower level. I'm not sure if this wording is right, but yeah, so there are quite a lot of tough parts, and you have to work for a long time for many cases. So if you want to have your own personal time instead of like working all day, then it might not be really a good choice. But if you are really, really passionate about anime and music and the stuff you like, and you just want to work in the industry, no matter how long it might take you or how difficult and like all the difficulties, then I would advise you to, well, first, of course, you have to watch. Well, if you like anime, watch a lot of anime. If you like manga, read a lot of manga. And if you like music, just listen to a lot of music. And don't just listen to the music you like. Don't just watch the anime you like most. Better like listen to all the different musics and like the most popular musics now, and think about why they are popular and why, for example, like Kimetsu no Yaiba, why is it so popular nowadays?
Yeah, I'm also wondering why is it so popular? I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Really?
Yeah, maybe. I know that it's really big and some of my good friends are really into it, but I just don't get it.
Yeah. Well, of course, actually luck is a big factor.
Yeah.
With these like music and anime production. But I believe that there are reasons that these good music and good anime are this popular. And well, I think everyone can think about different reasons why they're why they're going viral. Yeah. I think it's really important to like think about those factors by yourself and read different columns and news to like follow the trend. So first you have to follow the trend, and then you have to think about how to make the trend in this industry. So it's really important for you to like listen to different stuff, watch different stuff, read different stuff. So the input is really important before you do any output.
Right.
Yeah.
And my last question would be like, what do you think people do misunderstand about the anime music production? What are the main like stereotypes or myths that they have in their mind and you prove yourself not to be true? Maybe it can be both like about the company or the people.
Like people might think the industry is really tough and it's like only for Japanese people.
Yeah.
And that is kind of true, like until, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. But it's actually becoming more and more open for foreigners and like foreign people to enter the industry because, the Japanese market is, it will be shrinking.
Yeah.
And the market overseas will be getting larger and larger. So the whole industry is trying to like
promote get new talents.
Yeah, get new talents and promote like, the cool Japan campaign.
I see.
Yeah. They're trying to get it outside Japan. Yeah. Although I think like the ideal would be like what Korea is doing now. I think they are really good at getting their music and their dramas overseas. But Japan is also trying to do this. So they are looking for new faces, new talents to get the music and anime and manga and stuff overseas. So I think it's actually a chance to enter the industry now. But in order to enter the industry, you might have to go through the difficult shukatsu processes. So that would be a difficulty, but it's it's not as difficult as the older days, I think. And actually, if you get to know people in other industries, they might be able to connect you to people in the industry you're passionate about. So there's a word in Japanese called kone. Yeah, that's short for connection.
Right. That's
And
how it works.
yeah, it's really, really important in this industry, I think, because
I think just like in every industry, pretty much.
Yeah. But it's more important because, like, especially for the artists and the staff, a lot of people are freelance.
Mm-hmm. So really? Okay.
Yeah, so they work with different people in all the genbas, like all the concerts and recordings. So if you get to know a person in one recording, they might be able to connect you to people of another company.
Yeah.
So it's really important to make this connection keep going.
Right.
And and people are actually not that, how to put that, like they actually welcome foreigners' opinions. Well, yeah, the people I work with tend to welcome foreigners' opinions, and
that's great.
Yeah, that might be something people don't know about. They might think it's like the old Japanese directors will be like, oh, I don't need any foreign opinion.
I see. Wow.
Yeah, but it's not the case
anymore.
Lately. I think that the industry is changing every day. So yeah, it would be more and more easy and fun to get into the industry, I believe.
Great. Thank you so much for this encouraging words. I'm sure that our viewers now, they you help to like change their minds about the industry, and I changed my mind too. Like, wow, really, like it's so cool that you're doing something that you're really passionate about, and that you're meeting all these people. I think that that's can be an ultimate dream for a lot of people, just to work with people that they admire and to learn from them.
Yeah,
which is what you're doing.
Yeah. Of course. Once you enter the industry, you can't just be a fan. Of course, that's the most that might be the most difficult part, because you have to like cut out the fan inside of you.
I gotta work.
Yeah, I gotta work. I gotta be a professional.
Yeah, I'll just go and scream in the restroom, and then I come back.
Yeah. That is also a very difficult point.
I see. Nice. Thank you so much, Olivia, for this very informative podcast today. As always, we're bringing you the people from different fields. And again, thank you so much, guys, for support, for watching our podcast. Please subscribe to our channel, share this video to your friends who might be interested in anime music production industry. And as always, we're gonna see you next week on Saturday. See you. Bye-bye.